Hey y'all, hey, welcome. How's everybody doing? For those that don't know, let me do my introduction. This is Tamaya Robles. I'm your credit expert. I'm the owner of my company, Fix My Credit Now, 850.com. I'm the host of my podcast, Coast to Coast Credit, and I'm NAREB High Desert Chapter President out here in Victorville, California. What's good? What's good, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's New Year started off really great, very productive. I hope you guys are getting money or preparing to get money because I feel like it's our year, y'all. It's our year. I'm telling you, we got this. But anyway, hopefully everybody's doing well. Let me say my usual thank yous. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing, downloading, gifting, liking, sharing, referring, all of the things, not just nationally, but worldwide. Y'all are crazy with it. Y'all are crazy. You know what's funny? I noticed that I check my stats every day for my podcast and my social media platforms, but in particular my podcast. And I'll release an episode and nobody listens to it, but then I'll look and it'll be like, "Oh, you have 20 downloads within the past 48 hours." They're not listening to new shit. Y'all listening to old shit. Like, I ain't mad at y'all. Not like dumb old, but I think what you guys are doing more than likely, I mean, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. But I think you're looking at the titles, which is pretty cool because and just going to those podcasts that are specifically talking about certain things. I guess. I don't even know. But either way, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. No matter how you're listening or following or supporting, thank you so very much. So speaking of people, following my platforms or whatever, I do got want to give you guys a heads up that I'm not going to be on TikTok as often as I usually am because I realized, and I don't want to bash TikTok and I don't want to make this sound negative, but now that I have this new method of disputing, it's taken up so much time. And I was on TikTok to promote my business and to encourage people to get some free education, offering free education, getting clients or what have you. It takes so much time to get serious people on. So, I mean, I'm like, I have lawsuits to file. Like, what the fuck? Like, it takes me all day just to do 3, 4 lawsuits. And my mentor told me, like, you don't need to be doing a whole bunch of lawsuits all at once. But I'm like, girl, I got this. I see what she means. So it's just, I'm not going to be on there for the 4 to 6 hours like I used to. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Mama got bills to pay. Yeah, what I mean, I'm sure you guys understand. But when you see me, just hop on. Please show your support. Still, I still got my TikTok family. Love y'all. All the things. I did get some clients out of there. They know how to reach me. You know what I mean. But I appreciate the love and the support. But I'm just pulling away just a little bit so I can tend to these lawsuits and get some bread from my clients. That's it. That's all. But anyway, it kind of made me think too about the title and what's going on with me. Very, very, very briefly, just so you guys know, this is my birthday month, y'all. Some of y'all know I'm a Capricorn. I'm the almighty great one. And sometimes us Capricorns, I don't know if it's because it's winter, but we go into this like dark phase where we kind of shut things down, shut off a bit, but we're doing things just behind the scenes, right? And I have so many Capricorns in my life. I know so many Capricorns throughout the years, and we kind of always do the same thing. And it's just kind of strange. And I love it. I embrace it. Sometimes it can go into like a slight depression, but what we do is we go into this darkness or this over analyzing phase, whatever you're going through, right? And then when we come out of it, which is usually after our birthdays, then we're like a whole brand new person. That's just the phase I'm going through. And it helps us, believe it or not, come back 10 times stronger, work 10 times better. I don't want to say harder. I want to get out of saying I'm working harder in 2026. I want to say better. I'm working better because you're supposed to work smarter, not harder, right? Yeah. That's why I had to like take a step back from Tick Teasy because I'm like, listen, I'm busting my ass on this TikTok, getting 50% of nothing. No, no. And if you know anything about us, cats, we love our shmoney. So don't play with us. Excuse me. I gotta turn the heat off up in this bitch because I don't know if I'm going through menopause or if the heat is just on 85 degrees like it was that other time. Don't judge me, judge your mom, dead or alive. Because I'm a woman of a certain age. Sometimes it's dumb cold and sometimes it's dumb hot. So I adjust the temperature accordingly. So with that being said, right, it made me think, oh, you can see the new girl. It made me think that, okay, I thought of this episode based off of me being in my little Capricorn darkness. And to me, I embrace it. And the reason why I embrace it is because it allows me to remove the extra out of my life, the distractions out of my life, and it forces me to focus on what's important. And I was like, you know what? Let me share this with you guys. And I'm gonna always tie everything in to credit and credit repair, right? So let's get it. So I need you guys to focus and try to figure out, why do you need to fix your credit? What are you trying to do? What goals are you trying to accomplish? Okay? Are you trying to fix your credit to get a house? Are you trying to fix your credit to get a car, business credit, what have you? Why haven't you accomplished these goals? Is it just your credit? Are there other things? Are there, because I noticed living in California, California's got to be the capital of excuses. And I hate that. I'm the type of person, I know everybody can't think like me, be like me, and I'm not asking y'all to, but when I want to do something or get something, acquire something, there's nothing that's going to stop me. What may slow me down though are distractions. So once we get rid of those distractions, you'll get whatever it is you want. But the first thing is you need to figure out, what is it that you want and why? What are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish here? Okay. Why haven't you accomplished that? And if it has anything to do with an excuse, that's your fault. That's your fault. What I'm noticing is you're giving a literal excuse of why you haven't fixed your credit, or why you haven't started, your credit repair journey or whatever life journey that you need to be on. But excuses and reasons are two different things. And a lot of you guys are making your excuse your reason. Do I need to say that again for the people in the back? All right, don't let that one go over your head. All right, coin that shit. But yeah, like let's stop doing that and just do it. I have people all the time, especially during the consultation. I tell y'all it's a 30-minute consultation. Clearly, you guys want to talk to me for about 45 minutes about absolutely nothing, and the credit only takes up 5 minutes of your 40 minutes. But a lot of you guys say, okay, well, let me tell you what happened. And I'm like, you don't have to tell me what happened. Okay, great. So what happened was, and then you take it back to 79, and all I hear from 79 to 2026 are a bunch of excuses. Did you get your hair done? Did you get that new wig? Did you get that new car? Did you pay for the kid's birthday? Did you do all this frivolous shit? Or did you take the money and did you legitimately try to move forward and either fix your credit by yourself or hire somebody to fix it? Dot, dot, dot. Which one is it? 99% of the time, you guys are giving me excuses. Okay. That's a problem. And excuses are a distraction, and they're standing in the way for you guys getting what you need and what you want out of life and out of your credit. Let's dead that. We're going to dead that moving forward. Okay. Once you figure out what your bottom line is, you can kind of move forward, figure out who's maybe distracting you, not saying it in an excuse way, or what you're allowing or who you're allowing to distract you from your goals. So I can tell you this though. I know some of y'all don't want to hear it. Sometimes you are the distraction in other people's lives. Did you notice that some people aren't around like they used to with you? It's you. Don't get offended. You know what I'm saying? What you should do is take heed to that and use that as a tool or a reference point to say, okay, I, I'm hurting everything, but I get it. I should probably follow suit. right? Because one thing, I'm not just saying this because I'm from Philly, and believe me, most Philadelphians are not Will Smith fans, but Will Smith always likes to make these grand statements. And one of the statements that he made that I've followed is they always say if you want to, he said that if you want to figure out who you are, what type of person you are, look at the 5 closest people in your life, right? And if you don't like what you see, you basically don't like yourself. Right. I said, okay, Will Smith trying to act like you're intelligent out this bitch, whatever. So I'm like, that makes sense. And then one of the things he said was, if the 5 friends around you are like basically not really motivated, not encouraging, more on the negative side, then that's truly who you are. Remember, this birds of a feathers flock together. But if the people around you are successful, they're making moves, they're doing things, they're taking action, that's actually who you are. I'm not talking about you having to be on their level per se, either or, but this is just a reflection of who you are. So if you're with the homies and shit, and you know the homies ain't doing nothing for real, then you ain't doing nothing for real, for real. If your homies are always giving excuses of how they shoulda, coulda, woulda, but they didn't, more than likely you do too. You're giving yourself excuses and you're standing in your own way yourself, right? Okay, cool. Get that out of here. Get that noise out of here. I'm not saying get rid of your friends, but maybe you want to kind of take a few steps back, analyze yourself, and cut out the noise, the bullshit, the distractions, and focus on your bottom line. Because as long as you have those distractions and those negative endpoints, you'll never be successful. You'll never be able to move forward. And that's with credit or anything else, your relationships, your friendships, your business ships, and all of the ships. It just won't happen. You understand? Now, I also want to say this because I told you guys ever since I've come to California, people always got something to say about how I'm talking and whatever, using my hands, cursing, blah, blah, blah. Right. In all actuality, I had a conversation with someone, I want to say a couple of days ago. I don't know what the fuck I was saying. I don't remember. But I think I was like cursing or I was saying something or I was saying whatever the fuck I was saying. The problem was they were so focused on how I was communicating to them that they didn't get the message. Okay, they didn't get the message. That is also preventing a lot of you guys from moving forward. And I don't understand that. Fuck what I'm saying. Fuck how I'm saying it. Focus on what I'm saying, right? Not how I'm saying it. Don't be like, oh, Tamaya, you're talking so much with your hands. I can't hear what you're saying. So do your eyes and your ears like work together where one stops when the other one? I don't know. But what's going to happen is you're going to miss a lot of points because you're distracted about what the fuck I'm saying or how I'm saying it. Right? Right? I was on TikTok the other day. I'm trying to make a point because this dude was like harassing me. It was wild, crazy. And I was like, you know what? Let me just reset and just communicate. Let's just talk. And I'm explaining why. And then what everybody seemed to understand, right? Because they were witnessing it and all the things. But this one guy he just couldn't get past the fact that I'm upset because I was hurt. So everybody was like, do you hear what she's saying? Or are you stuck on the fact that, she's emotional right now? Like what happened was very crazy to her, right? So she has every right. But the guy just didn't understand. He didn't get it. Like, look how she's talking. She's so this, she's so that. Totally missing the message. Totally missing the point. And it was even to the point where we had this long dialogue where we were learning from each other with experiences, right? So we were sharing, but the guy couldn't. It got so bad that the moderators just kicked him out the group. You know what I'm saying? But I need you guys to understand it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter, who's doing what and all that shit. Listen, just try to get the message. You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. You don't have to agree with me. There's going to be a lot of times where people just don't agree with me, and that's totally fine. Especially with me doing like this new method of thing. It's totally fine. Again, there's this guy on TikTok, right? And he was like, oh, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. And I'm like, what? And he was like, oh, I'm going to tell you something. Now, how I met my mentor, the woman that is showing me, who showed me the new method of disputing, very effective, putting money in people's pockets, amazing, right? Doesn't ask me for shit, but I'm telling you, when I get paid, she's getting paid. I can't, I'm not going to do that to her. But how I met her is she just came into my live one day. I'm talking about credit, and she said a few things, and she added on to a few things, and I didn't get mad at that. Like, what you doing? Isn't my live? You know what I'm saying? She wasn't trying to take clients or anything. She was being helpful. She was educating people and co-signing on a lot of the things that I said, which was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Which I appreciated. But yeah, I went to some. I try. I caught myself helping somebody else out too. This is why I don't follow other credit experts, because they act weird. It's so stupid. But anyway, it's a dog eat dog world out in these credit repair streets. Trust me. This is why I don't follow motherfuckers, especially if you're getting locked up and you're misleading people and shit. Like, child, please. But anyway, so I just happened to be scrolling on the TikTok, right? And it was this young man on here, and he was showing like Credit Karma, and y'all know that's a no no. You know I don't play that shit when it comes to the Credit Karma at all. But I'm kicking back and I'm watching. He was like, "Yeah, I got this deleted. I got look all of this, and look how great I am." And not like that, but And then there were people that he had like a decent amount of followers, like more than what I get, right? And I don't even get a lot like that. I'm not mad though. I'm saying I'm not mad though. I'm not hating. But he was giving wrong information. He was leading people down a path that I just don't agree with. I'm like, what is this? It's my sweater. Okay. I'm like, what is there somebody behind me? But anyway, so he was just like, so I did with him what my mentor did with me. And I was just like, making light, gentle corrections. You know what I mean? I was making light suggestions. I've learned some new stuff with my mentor. So I'm like, let me shed some light on this. And dude kept shutting me off. And he was like, well, this is how I do it. Okay. And I told him, I'm like, listen, I'm here in peace. I'm not trying to disrespect you, your space, none of that. He's like, well, I'm always open to learn, but blah, 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 whatever. He blocked me, he shut me. No, he didn't block me because he follows me, which is weird. So he mutes me. And then I messaged him. I was like, listen, I'm trying to give you advice like my mentor did. Like, trust me, she gave me such good advice that it helps me financially, right? Like I was already making good money as a credit expert. This takes it to a whole level. Like, bro, I can retire myself if I wanted to, just off of what she told me with free game. And I tried to do the same, but he was so distracted, and so all he could see was there's somebody in here saying something to him in front of people, never getting the message. But one thing that my mentor told me is she said the reason why she taught me the game for free because she was hoping that I would pass that along. You know how they say paying it forward, right? He totally missed that boat. Totally, right? So listen, you guys, sometimes it's good to just shut the fuck up and listen. That's the point. That's the moral of the story. I ain't going to keep y'all longer than that. Shut the fuck up and listen. Okay? Listen. Don't worry about, to my matter of fact, boom. I'm gonna say this other scenario before I go. Right? Duh. I totally forgot. This is the real motherfucking reason why I'm talking about this topic. All right, boom. I'm gonna say shit without saying shit since everybody's so sensitive about this bitch, right? So there's this lady. I'm gonna say it like that. I don't like her for real, but I know how to be professional, right? I don't like her only because she low key disrespects me in like a California way, and I don't like that. I'm where I'm from. If you don't fuck with me, cool. We say it. We keep it pushing. We do what we gotta do when we have to do it with each other. If not, fuck you. I'll see you when I have to. It's not that deep. You understand? But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to call you, talk to you, kiki. I'm not doing none of that shit. Low key, I don't like you. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, one time she saw me and was like, oh my God, it looked like you lost a lot of weight. I'm so dumb. I was like, for real, girl? Like, I was fasting and praying to the gods and all that. Bitch, then it dawned on me. I think I gained more weight the last time she saw me. This bitch is trying to motherfucking play me. But anywho, I took that on the L, but I don't care for her is the point. So sis called me on some shit And I'm just like, yeah, 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 because she ain't saying nothing important, right? So I start talking. She's saying certain things that aren't true. She's mixing it in with rumors. I don't do rumors, especially not from somebody I don't like. She's sprinkling in with some condescension. I don't know if that's right. She's being a bit condescending, all of that. And I'm just like, bitch, when are you done? Right? Are we done or are you finished? Which one? Are you finished? Are you done? So I responded, and I'm talking in a neutral sounding tone. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't being disrespectful because, to be honest with you, I just wanted to get the fuck off the phone with her. Right? Her existence is annoying. Right? So anyway, I start talking and she's like, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know about your tone. What you mean, tone, bitch? I didn't even really have a tone yet. But because this is how you know motherfuckers don't really fuck with you low key, is if I'm trying to respond to the nut shit you're talking about and I'm not being offensive and I'm not being disrespectful, the only thing you could come at me with is a motherfucking tone, then you have other issues that are beyond me. And I don't subscribe to that shit. And I found myself like nigga explaining and shit. Well, you know what actually happened was, no, I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was, oh no, I'm sorry you did. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Spirit fingers. I'm so motherfucking sorry. Man, it doesn't matter how often you apologize, how many times you explain yourself. If a person doesn't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you, and they will never hear you. They will never listen to you. They will never absorb what you're trying to say. They're never going to be those people that's going to be like, hey, let's agree to disagree, or hey, you're coming from this perspective, I'm coming from this perspective. I'm not going to say this person's name, but another person out here in Cali, she's not from California, and you can tell the difference. And no disrespect, because the ones that are from Cali, and I fuck with you heavy and fuck with me, you know I love y'all to death. But there's a certain group of people that I'm referring to. But this lady, we talk like we're really close personally, and we talk. And I'll say my point, she says her point, and there are times when we just have really strong points that seem like they oppose each other, but we hear each other. That's how adults talk. And that's how you want to think and move when you're trying to accomplish something. I had someone else who was a man that pretended he wanted my service. And I say pretend because he was saying certain things. It was almost like he was challenging me. When I get on social media and I answer a lot of questions, usually it's people that don't know credit, or they do know credit, but they haven't heard my version or my way of disputing, especially my new way. So they'll either totally understand what I'm saying or are totally confused at what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So this guy acted like he didn't know shit, and he kept saying it like, oh, I don't know anything about credit. I don't know anything. And I was like, most people that don't know anything about credit, they don't talk like that, but whatever, you got it, bro. I see where this is coming from. So I'm like, all right, let me listen though. Let me not be distracted with his bullshit. All right. So he was like asking questions. So I'm answering him. So then he starts talking about, oh, so you don't use the Metro 2 method. And I was like, no, that's like a dumb method to use. He was like, oh, you're insulting me. I thought you didn't know shit about credit, my nigga. I thought you didn't know nothing about credit. So what you know about them two method? What, pick a struggle. It's either you fucking know it or you don't. If anybody knows the M2 method, then you know something about credit. So you're bullshitting me. So I'm trying to explain to him, and I keep going like this with my wig, because bitch, you can see my new grow on the side. I didn't adjust it. I told y'all, anytime you see me on social media and my wig isn't wigging, just we're gonna pretend it is, and we're not gonna say nothing. All right, just let me adjust and move on. But yeah, so I was trying to explain to him about where the M2 method came from, the history. I'm a whole nerd. I didn't get into this game being ignorant. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why even with this new method, I'm not going to teach the method just yet. I'm going to teach it at the end of January, right? When I got some checks rolling in, and then I can teach y'all. But I'm not going to teach y'all now. right? Because I don't know enough. I haven't completed the mission. But with the M2 method, I know everything about the M2 method. I know about the creators who started it. I know because I was part of that group and I'm trying to explain it to this guy. And he was just so offended that he couldn't get past the fact that I said the M2 method is a horrible way to dispute. He couldn't get past that. He couldn't think, he couldn't pass, and it just got worse and worse. So again, that makes me circle back to what I was saying to you guys. What is your bottom line? Are you trying to learn or are you trying to challenge? Are you trying to learn to better yourself or are you trying to learn to get up? Like what are your goals? Whatever they are, you have to remove the bullshit, remove that white noise, remove the city sound in the background. You understand? I understand life is going to give you some shit and some lemons. If you can't just say, you know what, I'm gonna drink this motherfucking lemonade and call it, make some lemonade and call it a motherfucking day. That's how you get rid of the distractions. That's how you get to your bottom goal. Why? Because at the end of the day, you want to eat, you want to survive, you want your family to survive, and you can do it. So I told y'all going into 2026, I didn't even mean to make it this long. My bad. And congratulations to you if you're still listening. I mean, you're amazing. I mean, but that's why I told y'all going into 2026, we're already here. I'm going to encourage y'all. It might not be in the format that you like to hear, but you know what? You seem to not have had a problem with your fucked up ass credit. So don't blame me. Blame your goddamn self. Wake the fuck up. And I'm gonna kick you in your ass. All right. I might make fun of you. I'm not gonna make fun of you. I'm not gonna make fun of you, but I'm gonna kick you in your motherfucking ass. Wake the fuck up. Stop being distracted. Let's focus. Where this is a administration where a lot of shit's going on. And I'm not going to talk to politics, but you know what's going on. Yo, fix your shit so you can have better options. Stop being distracted. You're going to lose. The moment you're distracted, you're lost. You lost. All right. Okay. I said what I said. Anyway, you guys have been amazing. Thank you for listening. I totally appreciate it. And I would like for you to continue to listen and follow and download and subscribe, all the things. Even though I'm not going to be on TikTok as much, I'm still going to be on TikTok. So when you see me, be sure to give me some big up gifts, big me up like a motherfucker. All right. I appreciate y'all. In the meantime, you guys, I wish you the best of luck on your credit journey.